Well, good evening and welcome to the Town Board of the Town of Austin regular meeting for Tuesday, September 14th, 2021. Please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilmember Feldman,
Present.
Councilmember Shaw,
Present.
Councilmember Meyer,
Present.
Councilmember Wiltshire,
Present.
Supervisor Levenberg. We have our public hearing on local law to opt out of allowing on-site cannabis consumption sites in the unincorporated town of Austin.
Thank you. So tonight we are reopening our public hearing on a local law to opt out of on-site cannabis consumption in the unincorporated town of Austin. As a refresher, this is one of two cannabis-related uses that municipalities are permitted by New York State to opt out of if they do so before December 31st, 2021. The other use is retail dispensaries. At this time, the town is only considering opting out of on-site consumption, which would mean by default, retail dispensaries will be allowed in the unincorporated town in the future. This local law is in line with legislation recently adopted by the Village of Austin, which will yield some financial benefits to the town as well, as there is an opportunity for the town to receive a portion of the revenue from village dispensaries. If we opted out, that would not be the case of dispensaries. So once again, the public hearing for this evening is to discuss the cannabis local law to opt out of on-site consumption. With that, I will open it up to the public for comment, and I can't tell what's going on the attendees screen. If anybody's there,
You are reading two attendees.
okay. Is there anybody who would like to address the board as part of this public hearing? To the Zoom audience.
Yes, please raise your virtual hand and we can unmute you.
And seeing and hearing nobody, I would ask for, if the board is so inclined, a motion to close this public hearing.
So, second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Right. So I have some announcements. Last Friday, we celebrated the encore of our summer concert series with a performance by Soul, Sacrifice, and some fave food trucks. I want to once again thank the incredible summer concert series team who made it all possible, including Gail Marchica and John Girolamo from the Greater Austin Chamber of Commerce, Mike and Miriam Risco of Mike Risco Music, Eric Garrity, Matt Curtin, and the Sing Sing Kill Brewery team, Superintendent of Recreation Bill Garrison, Sound Engineer Keith Heilman and his partner John, Parks Foreman Mario Velardo and his staff, Victoria Caffarelli from my office, the town board for supporting this wonderful community event, and of course, all of the amazing performers, brewers, and food trucks that brought their talents and tasty delights to share with us all summer long. I think we can all agree summer 2021 was a bit more of a roller coaster than we expected, but thank you to this great team for sticking with us through all the twists and turns with an amazing series of events that was so embraced by our community. Although we had to cancel the fireworks in September, mark your calendars now for Friday, July 1st, 2022, for the, fingers crossed, official return of Austin's annual Independence Day fireworks. After 2 years of canceling because of COVID, we can't wait to get back to normal. There is such a thing again. This morning, I was honored to participate in the ribbon cutting for a community solar canopy system at Maryknoll Fathers and Brothers, and I was joined by Councilwoman Jackie Shaw, which was another honor to have her there. The system, which is the first in the town of Austin and the largest of its kind in Westchester County, will help offset Maryknoll's electricity bill, as well as the electricity bills of 77 residences in Austin who are Con Ed customers, including all of the 15 affordable housing properties owned and operated by Ithaca Housing Network, which serves 222 residents. Maryknoll is an incredible force for good in our community and the world, and this latest addition is a great fit with inspiring mission. Thank you to Maryknoll Superior General, Father Raymond Finch for his leadership on this project. Ecogy Energy, which is the company that developed the project, Green Spark, the installer, and Sustainable Westchester and NYSERDA for helping get these benefits to Austin residents. Also, this project would not have been possible without the support of my board colleagues and the planning board, as well as the hard work of town staff, attorneys, and planners. As our first Tier 3 solar installation since we adopted the solar code, it is pretty exciting. Please do drive by and check out the system. It's super cool. Thirdly, reminder, the first half of school taxes for the Austin and Briarcliff school districts are due September 30th. If you pay your taxes directly, as opposed to it being paid by a mortgage escrow account, please make sure to get your payment in on time. You can pay your taxes online, and it's super easy by mail. Just remember your envelope needs to have a postmark of September 30th or earlier to be considered timely, or in person at our offices at 16 Croton Avenue from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. You can also drop your envelope with payment in a dedicated mail slot at the Austin Post Office, which gets delivered directly to our offices the following day. Just don't forget to put a stamp on it. Also, please be wary of online bill pay from your bank because these payments are not postmarked, and if they are not received in our office by the deadline, you will be assessed a penalty. Please instead consider paying your bill directly through our online payment feature on our website. If you have any questions at all, please call 914-762-8790 to speak to our wonderful receiver of taxes, Holly Perlowitz, and her incredible team. They are always happy to help, and they always do so with a smile, even if you can't see it. Mark your calendars for Wednesday, September 22nd for Car Free Day. Take the pledge now to go car free or car light on International Car Free Day at 511nyrideshare.org. We are also looking for local businesses to participate in an effort to encourage community members to go car free. If you're a local business owner and are willing to provide a special offer, like $1 off a drink, entry into a raffle, etc., for those who visit your business without using a single occupancy gas-powered car on Car Free Day, please let us know. The town is doing its part as indicated in a resolution later in the agenda by making electric car charging at our EV charging stations at Engle, Ryder, and Cedar Lane Parks free on Car Free Day. So make sure to take the pledge now on 511 New York Rideshare website. Green Austin is taking the lead also in assisting us with this effort, as is the Austin PTA, and more information is available at greenoustin.org. That is it for me. Do my board colleagues have anything to add?
No.
Okay, so with that, I think we're going to go into liaison reports. Are there any? Hearing none. Board resolutions. And I'm sorry, I think I skipped over public comments on agenda items. So if anybody from the public that's in the audience has any comments for any of the board resolutions that are on the agenda, there will be time for public comment on any topic whatsoever later on in the meeting. But if you wanted to comment on anything that's on the agenda, please raise your virtual hand and we will recognize you. Anybody in the audience? The live audience? No? Okay. And hearing and seeing none, we will now move into our board resolutions. And Martha Padisaka, take it away.
Approval of minutes, regular meeting, August 24th, 2021. Resolved that the town board of the town of Austin hereby approves the August 24th, 2021 minutes of the regular meeting as presented.
Do I have a motion?
We'll move. Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed?
Approval of minutes, special meeting, August 31st, 2021. Resolved that the town board of the town of Austin hereby approves the August 31st, 2021 minutes of the special meeting as presented.
We'll move.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Okay. Approval of voucher detail report. Resolved that the town board of the town of Austining hereby approves the voucher detail report dated September 14th, 2021 in the amount of $852,457.37. 36 cents, sorry.
That's okay, no problem. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
So we know it's a big one. I think we skipped a week. We have all of our village payments in here for IMA, which is always a big one. And that's why it's so large. So any questions or discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Resolution adopting local law number 8 of 2021, opt out of allowing on-site cannabis consumption sites in the unincorporated town of Austining. Whereas on March 31st, 2021, the state of New York enacted legislation known as the Marijuana Regulation and Taxation Act, MRTA, which among other things established a new Office of Cannabis Management for the regulation of cannabis, created a regulated and taxed cannabis industry in New York, and provided for various social and economic justice initiatives related thereto. And whereas while the MRTA prompted local regulations with respect to many aspects of cannabis sales and consumption, the MRTA did give local governments the ability to opt out of having cannabis retail dispensaries and/or on-site cannabis consumption establishments within the municipality's respective borders by December 31st, 2021. Whereas if the local government does not opt out by December 31st, 2021, they are precluded from doing so in the future. However, a local government that does opt out by December 31st, 2021 has the discretion to determine to opt back in to have such establishments in the future. And whereas after holding a town hall meeting and work sessions on this topic to receive and consider input from the public, the town board decided to consider a local law to opt out of the only on-site cannabis consumption establishments within the unincorporated town of Austining. And whereas as the only involved agency for this local law pursuant to State Environmental Quality Review Act, SEQRA, the town board prepared a short environmental assessment form, part 1. And whereas the town board held a duly noticed public hearing on this local law at its regular meeting on Tuesday, August 24th and Tuesday, September 14th, 2021, and the first floor conference room at Town Hall, 16 Current Avenue, Austining, New York, 10562, and via Zoom conferencing, and members of the public having the opportunity to attend and be heard in person or video conferencing. The public hearing was closed on September 14th, 2021. And whereas said local law has been on the desk of the members of the town board of the town of Austining for at least 7 days, exclusive of Sunday, prior to the adoption of this resolution. Now therefore be resolved, the town board here adopts a negative declaration pursuant to SEQRA, determining this action does not have the potential to have any significant adverse environmental impacts, as the ability to opt out of allowing on-site cannabis consumption establishment is a right afforded to the town board of the state by the state law, and this local law will maintain the status quo of not allowing on-site cannabis consumption establishments within the town while the state implements its new licensing program, and the town can more definitely assess based on empirical evidence and the benefits and risks of allowing such establishments within the town. And being further resolved, the town board, after due deliberation, finds that it is in the best interest of the town to adopt a local law, and the town board hereby adopts local law number 8 of 2021, entitled opt out of allowing on-site cannabis consumption sites in the unincorporated town of Austining. And being further pursuant to New York Cannabis Law Statute 131, this local law number 8 of 2021 is subject to permissive referendum, and thus the local law may not be filed with the Secretary of State until the applicable time period has elapsed to file a petition, or if a valid petition has been filed, a referendum has been conducted approving this local law. And being further resolved, the town clerk is directed to post and publish a notice which shall set forth the date of the adoption of this resolution and contain an abstract of this resolution concisely stating the purpose and effect thereof, and specify that this resolution was adopted subject to a permissive referendum.
Okay, so do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any questions or discussion? I'm assuming we need a roll call vote for this? Yes. Okay, so roll call vote, please.
Okay. Councilmember Feldman,
Aye.
Councilmember Shaw,
Aye.
Councilmember Meyer,
Nay.
Councilmember Wiltshire,
Aye.
Supervisor Levenberg.
Aye.
Okay, and just to double check, Councilmember Meyer said nay, correct?
Correct.
Great. Okay, just want to double check. My voice, my hearing is a little bit off today with my computer. Sorry. Okay. Resolution holding meetings of the Board of the Town of Austin via video conferencing through January 15, 2022. Whereas in furtherance of the state of emergency issued on March 7th, 2020, related to the COVID-19 pandemic, the governor issued executive orders 22.1 and 22.15 that allow municipal boards to hold meetings and public hearings remotely via video conferencing or teleconferencing. And whereas in furtherance of these executive orders, the boards of the Town of Austin held their meetings via Zoom video conferencing until June 2021 when the state of emergency and the corresponding authority to holding meetings via video conferencing expired. And whereas on September 2nd, 2021, the state enacted legislation that allowed municipal boards to continue holding meetings remotely via video conferencing or teleconferencing until January 15, 2022. And whereas in light of the prevalence and contagiousness of the COVID-19 Delta variant, as well as the convenience afforded to members of the public, the town board believes it is in the best interest of the health, safety, and welfare of the town, its officers and employees and constituents to resume holding board meetings via Zoom video conferencing, and now therefore be resolved. Until January 15, 2022, the meetings of the Town of Austin Town Board, Planning Board, Architectural Review Board, and Zoning Board of Appeals shall be held via Zoom video conferencing, which meetings the public shall have the ability to view, and the meeting shall be recorded and later transcribed. And be further resolved, the town clerk, the town planning board, and zoning board secretary, and any other appropriate staff and personnel hereby directed to notice these meetings as required by law. And be further resolved, the town board will revisit this matter at its January 11th, 2022 legislative session.
Got a motion?
Question?
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, I would like to just say thank you to the New York State Legislature for allowing municipal boards to consider moving back to all remote meetings. The pandemic is certainly not over, and we feel moving to remote meetings while they are allowed under this new law is the right move for the town. So we will see you on Zoom next week. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions?
I just want to double check for the next resolution. I only read the resolution, not the exhibit, correct? Or would you like me to read the exhibit?
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Okay, thank you. Policy regarding COVID-19 vaccinations and testing for non-union employees. Whereas on March 7th, 2020, the governor of the state of New York issued an executive order declaring a state of emergency for the entire state related to cases and community contact transmissions of the novel coronavirus COVID-19 occurring throughout New York State. And whereas the state of New York, the residents of Westchester County, and the Austin community continue to be impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. And whereas the Center for Disease Control, CDC, recently issued guidance that strongly recommends the continued use of multi-layered safety protocols to enable individuals to be as safe as possible while at work. A significant component of which should be a requirement that all town employees either be vaccinated or be tested for COVID-19 on a regular basis. And whereas in response to the rapid spread of the COVID-19 Delta variant, on July 28, 2021, the governor announced that effective Labor Day, all employees of the state of New York must be vaccinated or be tested on a regular basis. And whereas the governor has strongly encouraged all employers and local government and school districts in particular to require that all public employees either be vaccinated or be tested on a regular basis. And whereas if employees of the town have not voluntarily elected to be vaccinated, regular COVID-19 testing of such unvaccinated individuals is an essential component of the multi-layered safety protocols that will be put in place to help ensure the health and safety of all town personnel and residents with whom they may come in contact. Now, therefore, it is hereby resolved that the policy annexed hereto to as Exhibit A is hereby adopted by the town board as the town's COVID-19 vaccination and testing policy. And it is further resolved that such policy shall apply to elected officials and officers/employees appointed by the town board who are not otherwise covered by terms of any collective bargaining agreement. And it is further resolved that the proper officers of the town are authorized to take any further action and execute and deliver any agreements, instruments, and documents in the name of the town as in their judgment shall be necessary, proper, or advisable in order to carry out the intent and accomplish the purpose of the resolutions adopted hereby. This foregoing resolution shall take place September 13th, 2021.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
So this resolution and the two following will set forth the protocols for all town staff, including those not represented by a union, members of the CSEA unit, and members of the Teamsters unit regarding vaccines and testing. Under this new policy, all town employees who are not fully vaccinated against COVID-19 will need to submit for weekly testing until they are fully vaccinated. We hope this change, on top of other COVID-19 protocols currently in place, will help make our town offices safer for all of our employees and members of the public. And we also thank OVAC for collaborating with us on this testing protocol. Any questions, discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed?
Memorandum of Agreement, Local 456 International Brotherhood of Teamsters. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Austining authorizes the supervisor to sign a memorandum of agreement between the town and Local 456 International Brotherhood of Teamsters regarding COVID-19 vaccinations and testing for town employees, effective September 13th, 2021.
Motion?
So moved.
Second.
Questions or discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Memorandum of Agreement, CSEA. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Austining authorizes the supervisor to sign a memorandum of agreement between the town and the CSEA regarding COVID-19 vaccinations and testing for town employees, effective September 13th, 2021.
Motion?
So moved.
So thank you to our partners at CSEA and Teamsters Local 456 for agreeing to these new protocols and understanding the importance of maintaining vigilance in against 19. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed?
Contract arts and crafts classes for senior nutrition program. Be it resolved that the town board hereby authorizes the supervisor to enter into a contract with Unrivaled to provide weekly 1-hour arts and crafts classes to members of the Town of Austining Senior Center for a fee not to exceed $75 per class, and inform satisfactory to council to the town.
Second.
Our senior program is getting ready to get back in business, and we are excited to welcome a new arts and crafts teacher, Anne Rebel, to help our seniors flex their creative muscles while participating in our program offerings. I'm sure it is long awaited and much needed. Questions or discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Waiver of electric car charging fees in town parks on International Car Free Day. Resolved that the town board of the town of Austining waives the following fee on September 22nd, 2021, in an effort to encourage residents to reduce their dependence on the use of gas-powered automobiles in celebration of International Car Free Day 2021. Electric car charging, Angle Park, Cedar Lane Park, Ryder Park, first 3 hours free, $5 each additional hour.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
So take the pledge now to go car free or car light on September 22nd. And if you have an electric vehicle, you will be able to charge up for free at our town parks, even without taking the pledge. But we hope you do take the pledge and participate. We hope these seemingly small steps will help us make big changes to our routines to save our planet. FYI, I have taken the pledge. Questions or discussion? All those in favor, and also we're going to take the pledge. No, just joking. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed?
Monthly reports. Resolved that the town board of the town of Austining hereby accepts the following monthly reports for the month of August 2021. Town highway, tax receiver, Dale Cemetery, town clerk, and town supervisor.
Motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? And with that, we have visitor recognition. Visitors are accorded a 4-minute opportunity to speak. Is there anybody who is with us this evening who would like to be recognized? Just raise your virtual hand and we'll recognize you. Okay, and hearing none, I would ask for a motion to adjourn to executive session for advice of counsel.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Next week, we will be back with our town hall meeting, and we plan on discussing the town's allocation from the American Rescue Plan Act at this meeting. We look forward to hearing from the public on this new source of funding and how it can be best spent to help our community. We will also be back to all Zoom for the September 21st town hall meeting. So we will see you virtually then. And until then, all my Jewish friends observing for this week, here is wishing you an easy fast. Have a great night.